Assalamu alaikum. Hello my dear students, good morning and very happy new year. How are you everybody? I think all of you are all well by the grace of Almighty Allah. Alhamdulillah, I am also well. This is Afroja Akhtar, teacher of Milestone School and College, Gazipur branch. Again with you for taking today's online science class. Welcome to today's class. How are you students? I think you are enjoying this year. New year, new books, new class, new dress, everything is new. But do you know this year is very important for your life? Do you know why? Yes, my dear students, because you are in class 8 now. You are JSC candidate. You have to take part a board exam. This exam is very important for your life. You have to prepare yourself for this exam from the beginning of this year. So, you have to study more and more. You have to complete your all lessons properly. Okay, my dear students, let's start today's science class. Before starting the class, do you know what is science and why it is important in our everyday life? Yes, my dear students, science plays a vital role in our everyday life. From kitchen to space, there is no sector where science is not used. Without science, our life will be impossible. If you want to know about yourself, about your body, about any site, you have to know about science. Okay, let's go ahead for today's lesson. Here, I will discuss about living world. This is a chart. Here, living world. Living world mainly are two types. Super Kingdom 1, that is Prokaryota, and Super Kingdom 2, that is Eukaryota. Do you know what is Prokaryota? Prokaryota means that types of cell which don't have any developed nucleus. Actually, which don't have nucleus in their developed nucleus in their body. And eukaryotic cells means that type of cells which have developed nucleus. In prokaryotic cell or super kingdom here, there is one kingdom which is known as Monera. Here bacteria, then blue, green algae, all these are included in Monera. Then eukaryotic cell, here 5 kingdoms are present. Kingdom 2 here Protista, Kingdom 3 here Fungi, Kingdom 4 here Plantae, and Kingdom 5 here Animalia. In Protista, here different types of amoeba are included. Fungi, here different types of fungi are included. Plantae, all plants are included in this kingdom. And Animalia, this is a vast kingdom. Okay, all animals are included in this kingdom. Then Kingdom Animalia again divided into 9 phylum. How many? 9 phylum. They are Porifera, Nidaria, Platyhelminthes, Nematoda, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata, and finally Chordata. So I think already you are guessing which chapter will be discussed today. Yes, my dear students. Today I will discuss chapter 1. This is the name of this chapter, Classification of Animal World. Here I will discuss lesson 1 to 5 and lesson 9. And the contents of these lessons are Classification of Animal World. I will discuss about the classification of animal world. Then I will also discuss about classification and then binomial nomenclature and what are the ways to write scientific name. Then classification of invertebrate animals. Then different types of phylums and their general characteristics. I will discuss all these contents today in today's class. Okay, dear students, the world is inhabited by numerous diverse small and large animals. There are various similarities and dissimilarities among them. From microscopic amoeba to the gigantic whale, all are included in this diverse world of animals. The variety of animal depends on the diversity of environment. The variety of animals takes place due to variety of environment and habitat. It is a difficult task to understand the vast animal kingdom. To understand the animal world easily, a systematic arrangement and grouping is necessary. Yes, this systematic grouping is known as classification. So we can say the method of this systematic grouping or arrangement is known as classification. Okay, classification makes the way easy to understand the animal kingdom. In this world, huge numbers of animals are present. To identify them, here classification is important because their characteristics, physiological properties, then food, habitat, all these are different from each other. To identify them, classification is very important. Here about 1.5 million species of animals have been discovered and the number is increasing day by day. Classification is an easy way to know the structure and nature of such huge number of animals. Here morphological characteristics of animals, then their similarities, dissimilarities, then different types of interrelationships are the basis of classification. So what are the main basis of classification? Here morphological characteristics, then morphological characteristics of animals, then similarities and dissimilarities among them, and interrelationship are the main basis of animals. Okay, so depending on their characteristics, they are grouped into different taxon serially. So what is called taxon? Taxon is the unit of classification, and to identify all over the animal world, here classification is very important. And in biology, here this classification related all things are included in a separate branch which is known as taxonomy. So we can say taxonomy is a special or separate branch of biology where we can get any type of knowledge about classification. Okay. Now here in taxonomy, here 7 major taxa are used to identify or to classify any type of animals. So they are kingdom. Number 1, kingdom. Here number 1, kingdom. Kingdom. Number 2, phylum. Phylum. Kingdom, phylum, then class, then order, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, 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 genus, 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 and last one is species, species. So these are the main 7 major taxa to classify any type of animals. So number 1, kingdom, then phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. Here Aristotle, then John Ray, and Swedish naturalist Carolus Linnaeus, they play an important role in classification. And Swedish naturalist Carolus Linnaeus is the father of taxonomy. Okay, so this is about classification, this is about classification. Now I will discuss about the importance of classification and to write scientific naming or binomial nomenclature. So what are the importance of classification in our life? Now I will discuss about the importance of classification in our everyday life. Classification is a scientific approach by which we can gather knowledge about different plants and animals easily. Because we know huge number of plants and animals are present in the earth. So if we want to get knowledge about them, then about these, we have to know about classification. It saves labor, then money and time. Classification is essential to identify any animals, including their newly discovered animals also, or plants also. Interrelationship between different animals can be determined by the help of classification. Then we can determine the systematic position of the organism according to the evolutionary trend. Organisms can be arranged into different taxa by following definite rule. This is also allows us to trace the affinity of one taxa, one group or organism to other. So it is also useful to determine the collective and systematic knowledge about organisms. Okay, so classification play a vital role in our life. Without classification, it will be so tough to identify any organism for us. Okay, so classification is very important. Now, I will discuss about scientific name or binomial nomenclature. Now, I will discuss now scientific name and or binomial name. Actually, I say the Carolus Linnaeus is the father of taxonomy, and he introduced the binomial nomenclature and defined genus and species. Scientific name of an animal contains two parts. Okay. A scientific name of an animal contains two parts. The process of such naming is called binomial name. Binomial name or scientific name or binomial nomenclature. So we can say binomial nomenclature or scientific name has mainly two parts. One is genus and another one is species. So how we can write and what are the main principles to write the binomial nomenclature or scientific name? Here, number one, the language of scientific naming of an organism would be Latin. That means here must be the language will be in Latin form. Okay, here if anybody want to naming any plant or animals, then the language always will be in Latin. Then every scientific name has two parts. Here I already given here one example, Homo sapiens, that is the example of human being or scientific name of human being, Homo sapiens. First one is genus and second one is species. Okay, so every scientific name has two parts. Here Homo and sapiens, this one is genus, Homo is genus, and this one is species. Then the first alphabet of the first name would be in capital letter with the rest naming alphabet in small type, and the second part of the name totally would be with small letters. That means here I have given already one example, that is the scientific name of human being, and here if you observe this name, here Homo, here this is genus and the first letter of genus is capital H, and the rest of the letters are here, rest of the alphabet are small form, but here in species all alphabets are in small form. Actually this is given in this discussion or in this point. Okay, then at the time of printing of a scientific name, it should be written in italic forms. That means when it will, if we want to print it, that means when it will be in printed form, then it will be in italic forms. Then when a scientific name is handwritten, its two parts should be separately underlined. I have already given an example, that is Homo sapiens, Homo sapiens, that is Homo sapiens. So I am writing here by hand, so I have to underline it separately. In genus I have to underline, and also in species I have to underline. So these are the main rules to write scientific name. Now I will discuss about classification of invertebrate animals. So I already said here 7 major taxa are used to classify any type of animals. Here in kingdom, then phylum, class, order, family, genus and species. These are 7 major taxa which are used to classify any animals. Here kingdom is the highest classification ranking of a classification, and species is the lowest ranking of classification. Now I will explain about the kingdom Animalia, and I will also discuss about the characteristics of different phylums, subphylums, and also different classes. But today I will only discuss about invertebrate animals, that means different phylums which are invertebrate. So at first here kingdom Animalia, it has 9 phylum, mainly 9 phylum. They are Porifera, Nidaria, Platyhelminthes, Nematoda, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, Echinodermata and Chordata. Here among them, first 8 phylum, these are invertebrate. All these are invertebrate. Then Chordata, it has a subphylum. They are 3 subphylum mainly. They are Urochordata, Cephalochordata and Vertebrata. And in Vertebrata, here 7 classes are present. Number 1, Cyclostomata, then Chondrichthyes, then Osteichthyes, then Amphibia, Reptilia, apes, and last one is Mammalia. Dear students, we are human being and we are included in Chordata, phylum kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, subphylum Vertebrata and class Mammalia. So we are included in class Mammalia. Okay, then all types of birds, they have wings. They are included in these apes. Then reptilia, crocodile or alligator type of animals are included in this category. That means they are reptilia. Then amphibia, they are actually they live in both sides, land and water. Okay, I will discuss all this in the next class, but today I will discuss about different phylums. Invertebrate phylums, namely Porifera, Nidaria, Platyhelminthes, Nematoda, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca and Echinodermata. I will discuss about their habitat and their general characteristics. I will discuss different phylum. At first, Porifera. The name of Porifera has come from 2 Latin words, porus and feri. It means animals whose bears pores. They are commonly known as spawns. What are the general characteristics of this category? Here, they have simplest multicellular animal, body wall with numerous pores. Food and oxygen can enter into its body through these pores. That means they have numerous pores. Through these pores, here oxygen and different food element can be enter into its body. It doesn't have no compact tissue, organ and system. Phylum Porifera, their cells and tissue surrounded a water-filled space, but Porifera has no tube body cavity. That means they have only water-filled space in their body. There are no tubular body cavity. Okay, they live attached to something when become adult. Examples: Spongilla, Scypha, Leucosolenia, etc. The example of this category. Here, Spongilla, Scypha, Leucosolenia. These are figure, and all this category have numerous pores in their body. Second phylum is Nidaria. Members of this phylum are present in almost all the regions of the world. They are mostly marine. Many species found in canals, bills, rivers, lakes, fountains, etc. also. They are different size, shape and colors are present. Okay. Here What are the general characteristics of this category? Here the body consists of two embryonic layers. The outer layer is known as ectoderm and inner layer is known as endoderm. Body cavity is known as coelenteron. That means they have one body cavity which is known as coelenteron. This body cavity helps in digestion and circulation. They are mostly carnivorous and feed on sea organisms. Ectoderm bear a special type of cell, which is called nidoblast. Here this is hydra, and here ectoderm consists of special type of cell. These are nidoblast. Okay, these help in locomotion, defense, capture, and prey. By this, they can swim from one place to another place. They can defend from different injury or different. They also capture prey by using these nidoblast. They have a primitive nervous system known as neural net. Here, examples of nidaria are hydra, jellyfish, then coral. These are in this category. Then platyhelminthes. Previously, actually, platyhelminthes. The name of platyhelminthes have come from two Greek words. Platy, that means flat, and helminthes means worm. So platyhelminthes means flatorm. Mostly they are ecto or endoparasitic. Then many species live on organisms as ectoparasite. Some animals of this phylum live in wet and damp soil also. And what are the general characteristics of this category? Their body is flat, then bisexual and mostly parasitic. Ectoparasite or endoparasite, they may be, I already said, body covered with thick cuticle. A thick layer is present outer surface of the body, which is known as cuticle. Body bears suckers and hooks. By this sucker and hooks, they can attach it to the host body and they can absorb nutrition from the host body. Then, phlegm cell present and act as excretory organ. Digestive system is incomplete or absent, and liver fluke, tapeworm. These are the example of platyhelminthes. Here, this is a liver fluke, and this is tapeworm. Then, nematoda, habit and habitat. The word nematoda has come from the Greek word nema, means thread, and idios means form. As the body of a nematoda looks like thread, that's why they have been named nematoda. Okay, and what are the general characteristics of this category? Body tubular or cylindrical shape and covered with thick skin. Here also thick skin is present, but body is tubular. Digestive system complete. They have mouth and anus. Respiratory and circulatory system is absent. They are generally unisexual, body cavity without lining and true coelom is absent here. Okay, what are the example of this category? Here roundworm, this is roundworm, and phylloeum, these are the example of this category. That means they are example of nematoda phylum. Then annelida. What are the habit and habitat of this category? The word annelid has come from French word annelid, which means segmented, or they are mainly annelids found in almost all temperature and tropical regions of the world. Many species live in damp soil, fresh water, and some live in deep sea water. What are the general characteristics of this category? Here, body segmented and tubular. Each segment contains seta that helps in locomotion. Here, small fit-like structure that helps in locomotion. All these are each segment contains this seta, except in leaves there are no seta is present in leaves. Okay, the nephridia present as excretory system. Annelida has a body covered by cuticle that is never molted and shed. That means their outer surface is covered through a layer that is called cuticle. They have 6 major kinds of sensory structure, example of earthworm, leech, etc. Then arthropoda. This is the largest phylum of animal kingdom. The word arthropod has comes from Latin word that means joint legs. As these animals have joint legs, so they have been named arthropods. Their general characteristics are body is segmented and joint appendages are present. Head bears a pair of compound eyes and antenna. Soft body is covered with hard chitinous exoskeleton.
Body cavity filled with blood and is known as hemocoel. Exoskeleton of arthropoda is typically divided into different functional units. What are the examples of this phylum? Arthropoda, butterfly, shrimp, then cockroach. These are the example of this category. And this category or this phylum play an important role in our environment, also in our economy. Phylum Mollusca. What are the habit and habitat? The word mollusca has come from the Latin word molus, meaning soft. What are the general characteristics of this category? They have soft body, usually covered with hard shell, and muscular food used for locomotion, gaseous exchange or respiration takes place by lungs or gills. That means they have also lungs and gills. Then, most of the mollusca are carnivorous. Mollusca lay eggs. They have well-defined nervous system with a primitive brain. What are the example of this category here? Snail, then octopus, squid. These are the example of phylum Mollusca. Echinodermata. This is the last phylum of invertebrate animals. And here habit and habitat. The word echinodermata has come from Greek word meaning spiny skin. As the body of echinoderm is covered with skin that bears spine, that is why they have been named echinodermata. Okay, and here mostly they are marine. They occur in all oceans of the world and at all depths. What are the general characteristics of echinodermata? Dermal skin bears spine. Body is divided into 5 equal parts. A unique water vascular system is present and locomotion is done by 2 feet. No distinct head, dorsal and ventral surface in adults. Echinodermata is simple animal lacking in brain with no complex organ. What are the examples of phylum Echinodermata? Here starfish, sea cucumber, etc. are the example of this category. Now it's time to take feedback. Dear students, which one is the largest phylum? Do you know? Yes, Arthropoda is the largest phylum of animal kingdom. What are the general characteristics of phylum Nematoda? General characteristics of phylum Nematoda are as follows. Their body tubular and covered with thick skin. Digestive system is complete. They have mouth and anus, and respiratory and circulatory system is absent. So this is overall discussion about this phylum, and this is the feedback. I think all of you gave this lesson properly.
Now I will discuss about related question from these lessons. First one is what is classification? Second one, what is the father of, who is the father of taxonomy? Then define hemocoel. What is called coelenteron? And what is called coelom? And what are the differences between platyhelminthes and nematoda? At first, what is called classification? We know to understand the animal world easily, systematic arrangement and grouping is necessary. The method of this systematic grouping or arrangement is known as classification. Okay, then the second one, who is the father of taxonomy? Here we know Carolus Linnaeus, Swedish naturalist. He is the father of taxonomy. Then define hemocoel. Here actually in body cavity of hydra filled with blood is known as body cavity of arthropoda filled with blood is known as hemocoel. Okay, then what is called coelenteron? Body cavity of hydra or Cnidaria, phylum Cnidaria is known as coelenteron. Then what is called coelom? We know the space filled with fluid between body wall and elementary canal of the multicellular animal is known as the coelom. Then what are the differences between platyhelminthes and nematoda? Here mainly there some basic difference are present in platyhelminthes. Their body is flat. Okay, then in nematoda their body is tubular or cylindrical shape. Then in platyhelminthes they are mainly bisexual, and for nematoda they are unisexual. Then liverfluke and tapeworm, these are included in platyhelminthes. And nematoda, in nematoda roundworm, filaria worm, these are included in nematoda. Okay, this is about related questions. Okay, dear student, this is about today's lecture. I think all of you get these lessons properly. Then, if you have any problem about today's lesson, then you will observe this class again and again. I think then you will be able to solve all these problems. And this is the main aim to recording this class, online video class for you, because if you are face if you will face any problem, then you can observe this video again and again, and you will be helpful, inshallah. Okay, so now it's time to give you an HW. This is writing HW number 1, and here you have to learn the lesson 1 to 5 and lesson 9, and you have to write one question, that is, what are the differences between platyhelminthes and nematoda. Okay, my dear students, be happy, be safe. Inshallah, I will come back again with you for taking your science class. Till then, Allah Hafiz.